end this game. We're underway with Jackson Purdue supplying the kickoff. It'll be too big. A mistake by the Cowboys right from the very beginning. Last play here. Flanagan again. Bypasses King Tongia. Gutherson. Fiona. Zach Labert barely touched him on the way through. They stopped him though as King Tongia. And the second effort comes out to Cook. And then Sewer thought about a kick. Goes to Sully instead. Grubbers. Not a bad one. Burns does well though to bring it back a long way. He beats Cook. He's got Purdue with him. Sloan tracks him down. Robson comes out through the hands now from Harrison Edwards, who finds himself, and Labert going straight through. Beats Gutherson against the grain, against the run of play. Look at the halfway line. Robson shows, and he caught them out at marker. Terrible defence. Dearden is there. The pass is okay. Cowboys catch out the Dragons, napping again. Early on as Drinkwater from inside the 40. Looking for the angle on the kick. It bounces towards the sideline. Sit down here. Gutherson has to play at it. Now he's in all sorts of trouble. They've got themselves a goal line dropout.
Gee, I bet he wishes he had his time over again, Gutherson.
As Cook comes down the short side. Sewer at the back. Sully, Sloan, nobody in front of him. And can you believe the Cowboys were undone as easily as that? Flanagan again. Comes to Cook. Here's King Tongia grubbering. Fiona wins the race. What a pickup it was. Threw himself at the ball and came up with it. Robson to Hess. Speaking of solid bodies, he'll score. Got through not one but two tackles from close range. Dearden showing it, beats King Tongia point blank. He's got Drinkwater there with him once again. Drinkwater scores. That's twice out of nothing. The Cowboys have just carved them open on that side of the field. Last play comes to Dearden. Looks back to the short side for Drinkwater. Goes out the back. Drinkwater, a kick across the field. Not a bad one. Burns came in. It falls for Nene. He flies. Plants it down. Dragons, well, they came back against the Bulldogs last week. See if they can do the same thing here against North Queensland. Lars brings it out. Heads out towards the sideline and will be taken into touch on play one. Right in front of the uprights. Stewart. Flanagan again. King Tongia out. Ball goes to Corey Allen. They got them. They had to score first in this second half and they managed to do that. 3 plays gone. From Little. As for Stewart, then Flanagan. Gutherson tipping it on. They won't catch Tyrell Sloan. And here come the Dragons. And only midway through the set, Stewart looking into Clemmer. Takes it to Neem. Quick play the ball. Little jumps out from dummy half. 3 tries in a row for the Dragons. Last play for the Cowboys. Dearden looking in. Running all the way. He's a superstar. Gutherson goes short. The Dragons need the ball. They need plenty of points. Good catch by Derby. No errors from him tonight after his last outing against the Bulldogs. And now Burns on the counter-attack. Purdue! They'll score off the restart. Purdue plants it down. It's the Cowboys' night in Townsville here.
Yeah, that's some sort of
set restart. Time, though, ticking by for the Dragons, importantly. Clemmer out the back. Here's Little again. He has another one. He gives them a chance, but at full time, it's the Cowboys that have taken down the Dragons to keep their season alive. It's 38 points to 32.
Todd, how relieving is it to get the win there?
Yeah, very. Particularly the way that last 3 or 4 minutes felt in the box and looked on the field. So, Happy and relieved with all the effort that's gone into it, and a little bit of reward for it in the end. So some big efforts and some big plays, and so got some work to do still.
What do you think made the difference?
Oh, Johnny Bateman's tackle right at the very end. I thought we were better or cleaner out of our own end, but some yardage penalties got them back into the game, in the contest. I thought our attack, everyone was pretty connected there and scored some good points. So there's a range of things that were better.
Ruben, what was it like on the field? A bit of a rollercoaster of emotions?
Yeah, it was. Happy to just get the win, but I thought we got stuck into our transition in that second half, but there was a few silly penalties and whatnot, and we leaked a few tries in the back end of that second half. But just happy to get the win.
What did you make of Hesse's performance out there?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great for the past couple of months now. His impact off the bench just really lifts the team, and I love having him out there.
Todd, just on that, you wouldn't think that Cohen Hess is a player coming off an ACL, the way he's played this year. How much of an impact has he had?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's worked really hard. It was a tough season for him last year and off-season. He's in terrific nick, looks after himself. He's really diligent with his, the way he prepares. And I've had a couple of conversations with him around the way he's playing and how much value he's giving us off the bench. On form, he should be starting, but I, along with a couple of other leaders and coaches, believe that that's the best position for him, and he's quite happy just to do whatever the team needs. So good for energy too at training through the week. He's good to have around.
You touched on leaking a few. How do you look to continually keep tightening that defence up?
Yeah, look, there's a couple of decisions there on the end of the line which weren't good enough. We've got to be better at locking up the ball with offloads. They're always dangerous, but we didn't react well enough in those situations. So we've got plenty of work. We've got a long week at training, so it's an opportunity for us, which has been difficult over the past 4 weeks with Origin and resting these guys, lack of numbers on the field through injury. So it's important that we get some good work done.
Also talked about through the week your leaders stepping up. Another big game from Tommy Dearden as well as Roops. It's been a big week for Roops as well. And
a big day today for him.
Didn't miss a tackle as well either. How are they, I suppose, the pair of them reacting to this period at the moment?
Look, we'll come out of this tough stretch a better club. I'll come out better as a coach. Some of our players are getting some tough lessons, particularly the young ones. And then these guys as captains and leaders, they'll come out the other side and they'll be better for it. And I think they've been tremendous and really stepped up when things haven't been going great, in the way that they voice, articulate and lead by actions in and around the facility. Give you an example, they had some extra days off in the past 2 weeks and turn up to training and trained. They thought this is where they need to be, and when they knew they had some time off and a chance to be with their families after a stretch away from everyone. So they're growing from week to week, and what I've seen the last month I really like.
Congratulations, Ruben, on becoming a father for the third time. What's it like playing a game with that on your mind? Obviously I try not to think about it too much. I just try and focus in on my job for the team, and obviously enjoyed yesterday, but had a job to do today, and we really needed the win. So I just locked in on my role for the team, and I thought we went after it. And have you got a few days off now to soak it in and all that, so straight back to the training paddock?
I don't know.
No, mate.
Straight into it again.
Correct. See you in the morning.
Big game
straight into it.
against the Sharks next week.
Yeah.
Do you just
What is the focus heading into that match? Do you first enjoy the win?
Yeah, I'll get through the night first and recovery. Review tomorrow. Yeah, delve into that next week.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Shane, how are you feeling after that one?
Oh, disappointed. We didn't want to go into that sort of game with the Cowboys. You score, we score type of game. We wanted to go into our style of footy, and we didn't play it. Let them in for some soft tries. You let Tommy Dearden and Drinkwater play like that in their own backyard. It was, we're crazy. We can't do it.
Yeah, where do you think the game was lost?
Oh, in the end, just some soft tries. There was the try just before half time was, really poor, and then, the try from the short kick off. You can, look back at them, and we got beat by 6 points, but we're trying to win the footy game at that stage. So they're tricky ones, but I'd say some general some soft tries, and you can't go, on a game of touch footy with the Cowboys. I think they win most of the times.
And Damien, coming back twice there, did you feel like you had enough as a team to get the win?
Well, look, we had enough team. We had a lot of confidence in our attack to get the points, but we just made it too hard for ourselves. Like Coach said, too many soft tries. 20-minute mark, we probably didn't deserve to be in the game as we were. And there's a lot of hard work we've done over the last few weeks against some good sides, and we let ourselves down tonight.
Corey Allen passed his HIA, but is he all right? Was he a bit shaken up? Or?
He got a bad poke in the eye, actually, so it was HIA, and it just took a little bit of time. I'm not quite sure what treatment he had, some eye drops and all that sort of stuff for his eye to come good, so it was more of a sight thing. But, he came back in the second half.
Do you think that was pretty costly, conceding 2 tries while he's off the field?
Well, those things happen. You need to be able to adapt to it. There's some players playing out of position, but, Cookie's done it before. The opposition took advantage of that.
Shane, it was another narrow loss. It seems to be, unfortunately, the story of the last little period for you guys. How are you trying to, I suppose, get out of this and just, try and move on, build away from that?
Well, some of those close losses hurt. And you got to lift your team back up. I didn't feel that I needed to lift them up this week. We thought that we'd come back, and we're confident in the way we're playing, and but tonight we didn't deserve to win. To be honest, I thought as I said, we let in some soft tries. We scored some good tries, but we let in too many soft tries.
Do you think there's any merit to bringing in a bonus point for close losses in the NRL, or happy with the way it is?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. We'd be in the 8 if it was close loss points. Yep.
Do you feel like your season's still alive 5 or 6 weeks
Oh, my
to go?
word, it is. We're just going to keep fighting. It's a proud club, and we're going to work really hard, and we've shown that we can compete with the best teams. We've just got to find a way to win. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.